Howdy tubers, it's Jimbo here. Gonna work on some rigs here. We're actually going to roll this over there. We're gonna roll the neighbor's rig into the garage here, and we're going to do a little repair. But the whole point of actually doing this video is to show off a little tool I got. So stay tuned. Don't mind the chainsaw noise. That's probably just Mike Peel trimming his beard. I thought the I thought the shifter was on the column for a second. I totally forgot. But we were under the hood some time ago, and I always look at radiators, especially the one with the plastic tanks, and you see this discoloration here. Well, this is going to become a crack pretty soon. Also, it's a Toyota Radiator, so it's most likely original. So I told my neighbor, I go, you know what? You're going to hit summertime and this is going to go psh. And so I told him, I go, you know, these radiators are really cheap for these cars because they're so common. It's like it's $100, just get a new one. And so we went and picked one up. Actually, Adam brought one home for us. Kind of convenient having Adam working at the napper zone there. Anyways, my main purpose of doing this video is actually to show you a tool that I bought. I think I mentioned it in a clip in another video that I haven't touched yet. I'm not sure. I've been kind of like whatever lately, so. Anyways, I want to try and use that for this. Actually, you know what? I really can't. Maybe up to an extent. Maybe to an extent. Okay. Alright, cat. So anyways, we're going to put a radiator in this, and we're going to put new, whatchamacallit, thermostat. I'm going to put thermostat in this. That's just been, I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, I'll just do that anyways. But me, I just make it a habit. I know some people probably be like, I have to replace the radiator and call it a day. I'm like, that's not what I want to do. Oftentimes you're like, man, you know, this thing really doesn't heat up, and then you, out of just cause, throw a thermostat at it while you're in there doing the radiator. And you're like, oh man, this thing actually warms up. So this is the $60 one you can get on Amazon. That's where I got this one. I can give you guys a link down below. This one I thought, the reason why I was going to get the Mighty Vac, one you can run air, and I think it also has the handle on it too, but I just went with this one. It was the cheaper one, and I wanted to see, you know, what its sitch is. And so there we go. I'm going to leave you guys zoomed out. So we stick this in your receptacle and you start pumping away. And then we're doing a coolant change on this at the same time, because obviously we're going to be putting fresh into it. We're not going to mess around with the old stuff. So I'm going to stick that. Once you build some vacuum, you can just kind of direct it where you need it. Yeah, this thing is worth it. The only thing I wish you could see through it a little bit better. I'm actually catching coolant in the thing and not letting it spill everywhere. That's new. So what I did last time on this, I've actually got a video on a 98 Camry. Put that drain back in the thing there. These are pretty easy, but it was kind of a crappy video, so I figured I'll do a better one. Let's see, what I'm going to do on this one's pretty easy to get to. I think the last one I did was the last one was a 4-cylinder. What we're going to do is we're going to unclamp this. I'm actually going to brake clean this off because this is the transmission cooler lines. We're going to undo that, and then unhook the lower radiator hose. In fact, you know what? We could actually leave the lower radiator hose attached and remove it. Actually, I don't want to do that because there's a plastic. This is a plastic deal here. There we go. Anyways, there's a plastic deal here. I don't really want to mess with that so much. Let's see, can I pressurize this? Where's our main electrical connector for the fan? Yeah, it's right here. Electrical connectors. Okay, move that off to the side. Run hook there. And then oh yeah, there's another one right here. It's got little things you push in and away you go. Now where's this clamp at for this close down here? Yeah. We're gonna undo it from the top, just gotta be careful. This is coming off pretty easy. Okay. That works for me. Anybody ready for an SMA reference? Of course not. I'll have a straw for this. Getting under its skin like some people try to do, but it doesn't really, you know, you're better than that, so you're like, whatever, dude. You know, you ever have somebody like that? They're mad at you for no reason. You're like, I don't even, like, I barely know you, dude. Alright, we're gonna dribble some fluid here, so we're gonna reposition the pan so I know we catch it. That cobalt kit I have sucks. It really does. It's like just horrible. Waste of money. And they're 12mm. You ever do a radiator swap on a car that's had front end damage before? Ugh. You're like, well, the rubber mount's definitely not going in there. You're like, well, why don't we just let it sit free? So, if we've got everything disconnected, this should just come right out. Of course, just when you thought it was done, leaking power steering fluid or transmission fluid. You know, hang on, tubes. I need to get a cup of coffee. Just kidding. I'm gonna finish off the rest of the mountain spew. Okay, that came home with me. Alright, what we got here for a radiator? I hope it's the right one. We're gonna have a case of the oh really's here. It looks the same so far. What's nice about this one versus the AutoZone one that I last had, you had to put all the nuts in here, and the nuts didn't fit quite right, and yada yada yada. It's like, oh my god. This already comes with a radiator cap, so I'm glad I didn't buy one, or I didn't, or suggest one. It was upside down tubes. I have a problem with that. So yeah, there's our radiator. She's not twisted or anything. I think it does feel kind of cheap, but I think the last one of these. Well, let's see. There's a listing here. PA 66. So what was PA 66? Fat ass 66. Glass fiber reinforcement. 30. So what's the Toyota radiator? Toyota radiator listed it on there. PA 66 glass fiber reinforced 25. Oh, so maybe this one's a little bit better. It's got a little bit more fiber reinforcement in it, so that's cool. We got some things to transfer over, and I apologize if you can't quite see everything. So I'm going to loosen. So this one's fine where it's at. This one here I'm going to loosen up and move over. Yeah. Loosen up. We need to... Oh, there's a temp sensor right here. That needs to get swapped over. So we need to do that without killing anything. But it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, I think they're 10 millimeter screws. Basically you remove those and these fans come out, and they're not folded in on each other, so they just one by one just transfer it over. I'm going to transfer over those hoses there for the cooler, get that reoriented. That one's cool. I'm going to swap over that temp sensor. You see the white connector, that right there, that needs to swap over. And then this lower radiator hose needs to go in just at that same angle. So, not teabag, just a little bit of work. Alright, I got everything transferred over. Everything seems to fit okay. When I mean okay, I mean there's a 95% okay fitment ratio there. Just get that in there. Let's see where we at here. There we go, and we're into the insulators. I think we just got 2 bolts to hold this on. Doesn't appear to be any coolant in there. We're all drained out for the most part. Yeah, that's not where the thermostat is. Okay, our thermostat's actually right here. I think we're bone dry here too, so let's see. And of course, you know, there's no way you could get a thing in there. Is this a 12? No, this is probably not an 11 or a 10. Let's see, what do you say? Tubes? 10? Look at that, it's a 10. If it were a 4, it'd be 11. Careful. Danger zone. You're like, just do it. I'm trying to see how much of a mess we're gonna expect here. Just a little bit. Comes with a gasket here. On there. I'll make sure it's seated in all the way. Okay, let's back up just a little bit here. I'm actually going to fill the system through the upper radiator hose because there's no thermostat there. It should help get that primed up at least. This is what I did with the Lincoln, actually. Oh, you hear that? This thing sounds so funny. Alright, so she's leaking coolant out of this elbow right here. See this going from here to there. You can see where it's dripping right off it. I tried putting a hose clamp on it and it kind of made it worse. And that spring clamp needs to get out of there. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to drain the upper portion. I'm going to get the sucker. Alright, let me drain some coolant out and then we'll make a repair there. We got enough slack there we can undo that, and I'm probably we should be okay there. That's not leaking, it's that end going into the block. I bet you the hose is pinched and it's just not sealing up. So I'm gonna fix that. And then we'll fill her back up again and try again. Okay, got this out without making too much of a mess. I did suck a little bit out with that, but we can replace a little bit with some distilled water. So it looks like it was pinched right here and it was just running along. So now she's gonna want in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut right here and I'll stick whatever's left on there and then call her a day. And then I've got a new clamp right here, which now I know what size we need. I can actually get the right one because I grabbed that. It's actually this size here. There we go. Yeah. Alright, now this doesn't want to stay anymore. It's all lubed up. So we spilled some here. Once this gets hot again, it's going to steam up, so I'll remember not to worry about that. Alright, so far so good. I had to shut this off and let the cap, vent the cap a little. There's a lot of air that came off. Topped her off again. Had a lot of pressure. Right now, not so much. My thermostat is slowly opening. And I'm just letting it run. It looks like it's starting to draw from the overflow tank, so that's good. So I'm just going to let it run and shoot. I got the heater. There's a nice and toasty heater right now. I cycled the AC a little bit, let the fans cool the radiator off. They were cycling on and off like they should. His AC works. Looking pretty good. Radiator's getting pretty warm. Let's see, 110. Let's see what this says. According to this is 142, but I'm able to keep my hand on it. It's 123 according to this. 94 here. Feels about right. But it's hot. It's flowing. We're not leaking over there anymore, so that little trimming I did on that hose worked. Coolant temp is right in the middle of the gauge, which I think is pretty much normal. It's not. It was up here, up high, and I shut it off. Vent the thing, let the air get out. Now the air is gone. Or most of it anyways. So I'm going to shut it off. I'm going to vent that again. And see if we get any more air, and then we'll top it off. Yeah, so the other thing, he was going to put an air filter, and he bought this STB Premium 98% efficiency. He was going to do this himself, but I'm just going to be a nice neighbor and just do it anyways. He just got the oil change on it done, so we're good there. Let's see. Oh, there's all kinds of junk down in there. Ugh. This is red for performance. Oh, you want to know why this is wrapped? See the little droplets of oil in there? Watch this. See that? Oh yeah, that's definitely turning to cake. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I didn't buy this filter. Okay, it's got a new air filter, new radiator, new thermostat, potential leak or leak fixed. He should be good to go. And maybe some other time get him for a power steering fluid change. Those are usually, you know, I'm a nice neighbor. I'd probably just be like, just buy the stuff and I'll just do it. There's no, you know, intensive labor here to change the fluid. It should be clear, but it's kind of dark. Use Dexron type ATF to fill a proper rate. Well, then I guess we'll get Dexron. Actually, you know what? I have some. So I think it looks like someone's got power steering fluid in that, but that's calling for ATF. So I got a little extra straw in here, so I got some more flexibility. I took the light down, so I'm sorry if things are a little diggered. I'm going to give them a power steering fluid change here. I'm going to do this on the house. So dip that down as far as we can. It's got a little hook on it. Check that out. Just pump her up just until she gets to the red, and we're good to go. can hear his strut tower creaking. Yeah, she's full. That's full. And then you're like, do they actually change his transmission fluid or his engine oil? Well, let's find out. Looks like they did. I think he said he did that yesterday. Alright, I think I'm gonna go wash my hands, take it for a test drive, make sure everything's kosher, and then I think that's it. Anyways, tubes, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Everybody get up.